there, Dollar Doss.
Well, hello there, and good evening, YouTube. That was the 5:50 p.m. Local on the 8th section of the Weather Channel's local forecast and conditions here in the Jackson, Tennessee area. Thought I'd play back a portion of that on the video here and share it with all of you here on YouTube. Other than that, I'm William Brantley, of course, reporting from Bemis, Tennessee, here on YouTube. Let me go ahead and show you the radar locally here. Let you know we're still clear and rain-free here in West Tennessee. There is some clouds and a few little light showers and even more thunderstorms over in portions of Middle Tennessee, but they're not quite as widespread as they were yesterday or quite as heavy. As you see, they're dissipating by now. Some were down in northern Alabama also. They are about to fizzle out even down there in northern Alabama. Let me move this down just a little, give you an idea of where it was down there. Most of them zone south of Huntsville and down in that area of northern Alabama, but they're not going to affect us here in West Tennessee, at least not yet. Our chances for rain is holding off till next week here in West Tennessee, and those chances is actually diminishing, believe it or not, but that's the very latest on the radar and where the clouds are. But again, it's good and clear here in West Tennessee this evening, and that's going to continue for a little while. Alright, the sun sets tonight, by the way, at 7:08 p.m. Rises tomorrow morning at 6:35 p.m. Moon will be rising at 6:14 p.m. this evening and set at 4:04 a.m. tomorrow morning. Mostly clear again tomorrow, of course. Lower 70, high 96 with south winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour. And there you see the sunrise at 6:35 a.m. Sets at 7:06 p.m. and the moon rises tomorrow evening at 6:46 p.m. and sets at 5 a.m. Come Friday morning. Alrighty, by the way, today's low temperature here in Bemis was 67 degrees. Today's high made it up to 97 degrees. No record hottest high though. Of course, still no rainfall so far for the month of September as well, by the way. The record hottest high for today would be 99 back in 1983, so we only missed it by a couple of degrees. Today's highest wind gust was 20 miles per hour out of the southwest at 2:06 p.m. Alrighty, what's next? The weather maps, I believe. Yeah, here they are. Let me branch it out a little bit bigger so that you can see it a little bit better. That's the current surface map. Let me bring this to where I can show it to you a little bit clearer. Alright, looks like, according to the Weather Channel, that's the current surface map this evening. There's a few little scattered showers there in Middle Tennessee and northern Alabama, which I just showed you. And there you see where the rest of them are, scattered around parts of the U.S. This evening. And really not a whole lot going on nationwide. There's a few scattered ones, but the heaviest is up here near the Montana, Northern Plains states, and Canada, which are the heaviest in the whole country today, or at least as of right now. Put that away. Alright, tomorrow's forecast maps. Looks like Thursday morning we'll start off with similar weather that we did today. Two high pressures off to the east taking care of us some more. More rain up there in the northern plains states. There you see across the Great Lakes area and heavier in spots, especially in North Dakota and Minnesota area, it looks like. West of there, it looks pretty decent. Down south, it looks pretty good. This is again by tomorrow morning. Alrighty, by midday tomorrow afternoon, it shifts a little bit east, but not a whole lot though. It's going to look like it's trying to approach us toward the weekend, but it'll probably fizzle out before it gets here. If anything, it'll be a wind change of directions rather than precipitation here in West Tennessee. Pretty good large area of rain to the north of us, up toward Canada, up in that area there, in that darker green. Maybe a line of storms developing through the plain states, there, Nebraska and Oklahoma, or Kansas and Oklahoma rather, and that area. West of us remains pretty decent by tomorrow afternoon. Alright, by tomorrow night, it kind of almost stays in the same spots. But that's all right. It's a few hours between tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night anyways. It branches out a little bit up north along that frontal system there. There you see where the heaviest is probably going to be. That's still to our northwest here in West Tennessee. And the west stays pretty clear tomorrow night as well. Alright, that's again tomorrow night's forecast map. Alright, the technical forecast for tomorrow, which I did forget to bring up, which I'll bring up right now. I'll head this off in case something else comes up, which if it don't, I'm not going to worry about it. And looks like I'm going to be free of it so I can move on. Alright, let me turn this around. You might be to read a little bit of it as I go along here. I'm not going to go into a lot of details about it. It does look like it's going to be basically fair skies tonight all the way through at least Monday of next week now. Looks like even Monday's going to be rain free of next week with highs in the mid 90s continuing, and lows right around 70 every morning, and highs in the mid 90s every day, with 96 being the highest around Friday. Tomorrow around 94. Remember today it was 97, so it'll be very similar for the next several days. Heat index again probably will go over 100 degrees for the next couple of days, but not heat advisory level though. It's got to get 105 degrees or above that to be heat advisory level. Again, lows around 70 degrees almost every morning. Next chance for rain is maybe 30% next Monday, and it'll be isolated on that day. 68 and 91 for a low and high on that day, and it actually clears back up again next week. So next week is drying up a little bit now. Mostly fair skies continue. Next Tuesday probably mostly fair for the most part too. That isolated thunderstorms will probably occur in the afternoon hours. Mostly fair next Wednesday and Thursday, with highs again around 91 degrees and lows around 68, 69 degrees. Next chance for rain after that is toward next Friday and Saturday of next week and Sunday, 40% at this time, with the highs in the mid to upper 80s and lows in the lower to mid 60s by then. And actually it looks like the first part of the third week in September is still going to be not too bad. Chance for rain on Monday, but then fair by Tuesday and Wednesday, with the highs in the low to mid 80s by then, and lows upper 50s to lower 60s by then. It's still going to have to wait till almost the middle of the third week in September to possibly cool off a little bit here in West Tennessee. But again, that's a long way out. Anything could change between now and then, of course. Matter of fact, there are some tropical storms or storms trying to form out in portions of the Atlantic, which may change our forecast by then to include some more chances for rain. But we'll have to wait on that as the week progresses, the next few days progresses. But in the meantime, until until later on, that's it for tonight, I guess. Again, I'm William Brantley reporting from Bemis, Tennessee. Thank you for checking in and viewing and subscribing. And I hope to talk to you again real soon. Try to enjoy this nice warm weather while it lasts. We got at least one more week of it now. Looks like most of next week is going to continue. And then maybe the last week in September will cool off a little bit, but not dramatically is the way it's looking right now. But again, that could change though. That's a long way out. Well, all right. Good night from Bemis, Tennessee, and may God bless each and every one of you here on YouTube. Thank you and good night.